Holiday stress is a real thing, and learning what you can do to make this time of year not only manageable, but truly enjoyable is key to truly believing it can be the most wonderful time of the year and living in the "'tis a season to be jolly" moments. I am Leigh Wilson, and this is Focus Forward Business Design. We all know that the holidays and the best of times can bring stress, but the past couple of years have had their own unique stressors, with COVID adding travel restrictions, masking, group limits, and event cancellations. So as we move into the 2021 holiday season, it does seem that we've progressed past last year at least, and a bit more normalcy may be present for this year. But that does not eliminate all the holiday stress that has been around since Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy Holidays added the expectation of joyous gatherings, large meals, gifts, and extended family. So I'm going to wrap up an early Christmas gift for you and give you 5 reminders to reduce your holiday stress so that you can wrap up the year with amazing memories. All right, this is the most important one, which is why I list it first. Basically, if everything else falls apart, just do this one thing and you're going to be okay. Many of you know that I love lists, which depending on who you follow, this can be a positive or a negative, but for this exercise, we're going to go with positive, and you get a bonus. You get to make 2 lists. The first list is your normal to-do list. You know how to do this one, so no explanation is necessary. The second list is your me list. This list is going to include all the things that you're going to do for yourself to keep the sanity, to treat yourself, and to take that much needed break away from groups and a break from the list number 1. You can decide how to best utilize these 2 lists together. The most important part is that you do it. So for example, you might have getting gifts for Aunt Sue and Uncle Doug on the to-do list, and once you've accomplished this, you choose an item from the me list, such as working out or taking 30 minutes to go read a book. This is your time for you. Now you can do a 1-to-1 ratio on this, or maybe you know it's more practical based upon the size of your to-do list, so you can determine whether maybe you accomplish 2 items on the to-do list and then you relish in your me list item. The choice is yours. The point is that by doing this, you maintain some sense of balance and control in what can otherwise be a constant flurry of activities that appear to revolve around the needs of others at times. This prevents you from remembering the most important person in the equation is you. If you don't do the me list, you will likely not be as effective at the to-do list. Next, accept the imperfections. For some reason, when it comes to the holidays, holiday meals, gifts, and get-togethers, we tend to put this unrealistic expectation upon ourselves that everything has to be perfect. In our quest for perfection, we add a huge mountain of stress upon ourselves. When you really think about this, you realize how ridiculous it is. Let's add more people, some that may come with their own stress, high energy events, potentially skills that we don't use very often, and then expect sheer perfection. Crazy, right? Give yourself some grace and be okay with what it ends up being. And here's something to reflect on. When are some of the best memories made? Usually when something goes off plan and feels like a disaster at the moment, but can be laughed at later. I mean, who remembers the event that goes off absolutely perfectly? I'm sure that most of us will likely remember going to the wedding where the cute little flower girl, she sticks her hand in the wedding cake over the standard cutting of the cake. Just saying. Next, focus on what you can control. So often we get overly concerned about things that we have absolutely no control over the outcome of anyway. It's so easy to get wrapped up in what could happen or should happen that we forget that there are things that we are in total control of and will make happen. As things may not go exactly as you envisioned, ask yourself this: is it going to matter in the big picture? All right, next is to acknowledge the overwhelm. The overwhelm, it's going to happen. It's going to occur. Let's just accept that for what it is and get past it. Here is the key, though. Acknowledge the overwhelm and don't ignore it. Give it the credit it deserves and take a few moments to stop and ask yourself, where is the overwhelm coming from? Likely, you're going to be able to go back to number 1 in the list and it's going to solve itself. But as you're having this conversation with yourself, no doubt, because everyone else is wrapped up in their own conversation and their own overwhelm, ask yourself if all of this over-the-top craziness is worth it. When you determine that you can control the overwhelm by just stepping back for a moment, your sense of calm will resurface. All right, next, ask for help and learn to say no. I had to combine these two, as I said I was only going to give you 5, but they are somewhat related on opposite sides. It is so easy to just take on the world and everyone else's tasks. I mean, you're a nice, giving person, so isn't that what you should do? No, realize your limitations and don't put yourself in a position of exceeding your comfort level or raising the expectations so high that you could not possibly succeed anyway. Have you ever noticed that the person at the party who is the least stressed and is enjoying themselves the most is the one that did little to nothing to make it happen? Of course, there's no demand on them. Share the load and ask others to pitch in, and then everyone will be able to have a controllable amount of the responsibility, and all of you can enjoy the moment. Remember that it's okay to say no when asked to do that one more thing. That one side of your brain is saying absolutely not, and the other side is trying to rearrange your day and your schedule to make it happen. You are not a bad person for saying no. Obviously, you want to say it nicely. But don't leave the conversation in a gray area either. Make sure the other party understands that you will not be doing whatever it is that they ask you for. The last thing you need is a situation of, I thought you were going to do it. No, I thought you were going to do it. Talk about added stress. The holidays should be an amazing time of great friends, great family, love, and lasting memories. You have control to make this time of year what you want it to be. Take the time, set the boundaries, and know this, you don't have to be perfect and no one expects it but you. So give yourself a break, have an eggnog, and go make your 2 lists. Happy holidays from Focus Forward.